Okay, welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're really digging into something pretty fundamental, I think. It's about how our inner world, shapes our outer reality.
Mm,
We'll be looking at some, well, surprising overlaps between Zen Buddhism and reality transurfing, especially through some recent insights we've discussed that really connect the dots.
yeah, it's quite fascinating how these different ways of thinking, one ancient, one much newer, seem to converge on this core idea.
Right. And, we're always about finding the practical takeaways. So the mission today is really to explore how understanding this internal-external link might actually change how you experience things day to day.
It's a powerful concept, the
Yeah.
idea that what we perceive isn't just out there, but is deeply connected to our own state.
Exactly. So let's maybe start with that Zen image Kenzo Koga brought up. Zen-iyo, a clear mirror, still water.
Yes, that's such a vivid metaphor.
It really is. The immediate sense is just powerful, isn't it? That our own
Yeah.
mental noise, the constant chatter, is what distorts how we see reality.
Right. If the mind is calm, like still water, reality reflects accurately, without our judgments and emotions clouding the picture.
And Kenzo connected this, didn't he, to our earlier talk about step 5 contrast.
He did, and it makes perfect sense. When your mind is that still water, the challenges, the contrast, they aren't these huge, scary waves anymore.
They're more like signals.
Exactly. Signals, maybe teachers. You see them clearly without getting swept up in the emotion of it all. Like in his analogy of the two lakes, one stirred up, one still. It's a choice we make about our mental state.
That choice seems key. And it's not just about passive observation either, is it? Because he brought in reality transurfing, too. Zeland's idea of sliding through life.
Yeah, like a surfer. And this is where it connects back beautifully, that effortless slide. It happens when the mind is like that still water.
Ah, okay. So the mental calm helps you navigate better.
Precisely. The thing Zeland calls pendulums, those external pressures, collective thoughts trying to hook us, they lose their power when we don't react, when we don't let our water get stirred up.
So stillness isn't just passive. It's actually a way of maintaining your own course.
You could say that. And Kenzo mentioned it's not about forcing some kind of blankness, but becoming quiet enough to hear what he called the whisper of source.
Like intuition or just a deeper knowing.
Maybe both. That subtle guidance that can only come through when the mental static dies down, that's when those reflections from the outside become really clear, really useful.
Okay, that leads nicely into Flora's insights, especially about yin and yang. Her take was quite different, wasn't it?
It really was. Not as opposites locked in battle, but as separate frequencies, independent vortices of energy that don't actually mix.
Separate frequencies, that's a really distinct way to think about it.
It implies that, energetically speaking, like attracts like. Negative states tend to draw in more negativity. Positive states attract positivity. It's quite direct.
She shared that Japanese phrase too, didn't she?
Yes, whole and. Basically, nothing yields nothing. Something yields something. You don't get something from nothing. Reinforcing that these energies operate on their own tracks.
So how does this connect to creating our reality if they're separate?
Well, if you link it to, say, the Abraham-Hicks concept of all is well, from the vortex perspective, it suggests both yin and yang frequencies are valid parts of existence.
But our experience depends on which one we tune into.
Exactly. Floor's point, as I understood it, is that we attract, based on our dominant frequency, our focus. If you want more yang positivity, ease you align your inner state with that.
So you consciously choose your energetic focus.
Right. The contrast, the yin still exists, obviously. But the work is in consciously cultivating and expanding the yang resonance in your own experience. And guidance, in this view, tends to be found in that yang flow, where things feel easier.
That feels quite empowering. It's not about ignoring the negative, but choosing where to put your energy.
Which segues perfectly into this other really potent idea from The Mirror Speaks First. This Zen concept that what we hear in others, it's often just an echo of ourselves.
Oh, this one really made me pause. That quote, "What you hear in the voice of another is never just their voice. It is a sound echoing through your own emptiness."
Revealing what has not yet been seen. It's profound, isn't it? It takes that idea of the external world being a mirror and makes it incredibly personal, right down to our conversations.
It completely flips the script on arguments or criticism.
Totally. Instead of just reacting to, say, someone's anger, the Zen approach invites you to look inward. Why did that specific thing land with you? Why now? What does it reflect about you?
So everyday chats become clues.
Kind of like personal koans, yeah. Riddles for self-discovery, hidden in plain sight. The text gave those great examples.
Right, like if someone says, that's impossible, maybe it touches your own hidden desire to actually try it.
Or hearing you're irresponsible might reflect your own unacknowledged need to be seen as dependable.
Even you are cold could mirror an inner longing for connection.
Exactly. This inversion, seeing reactions as clues to our incomplete self, is framed as a step towards awakening. Just noticing that pattern is huge.
I love the imagery of words being like internal wind chimes.
That's good.
When someone's words resonate, positively or negatively, that sound, that frequency is already inside you somewhere.
So in this view, others' words aren't primarily attacks or even just information. They're like doorways into your own inner world. Anger, denial, feeling misunderstood, they become opportunities.
Opportunities to see yourself more clearly.
Precisely. And this is where you see such a strong resonance with reality transurfing as that dialogue piece explored.
Yeah, the convergence is pretty striking when you lay it out.
Both frameworks are essentially saying reality isn't this fixed objective thing out there. It's more like a reflection or result of resonance.
So the Zen mirror idea aligns with Zeland's concept that you tune into a reality variant that matches your inner state.
Exactly. What happens externally, what people say it reflects your inner script, as Zeland might put it. Others' words lighting up your heart, as Zen says, or triggering reactions to pendulums, as Transurfing describes it. It's about noticing those reflections.
And the idea of letting go is central to both, too, isn't it?
Absolutely. Letting go of importance, as Zeland calls it. Zen talks about freedom from attachment, from duality, from clinging.
Well, Zeland warns that raising the importance of something actually creates energetic imbalance, invites problems.
Right. He emphasizes natural intention, a lightness. Very similar to the non-attachment in Zen. You don't fight the world, you choose your state and let reality reflect it.
And that final point about feeling your way,
Yeah.
choosing feeling over just like forcing things.
Yes, navigating by resonance. This connects directly to Zeland's distinction between inner intention, sheer willpower, and outer intention.
Which is more like aligning with the flow of the world.
Exactly. Tuning into that larger current, sensing the path of least resistance, rather than just pushing your own agenda. Paying attention to that inner feeling, that resonance, is how you find that flow. It brings us back to the still water, doesn't it?
It really does. The calm mind reflects clearly, but it also seems to help you feel that flow, that outer intention.
So the big takeaway here seems undeniable. Our inner state isn't just passive. It actively shapes, or at least selects, the reality we experience. They're fundamentally linked.
Which leaves us, and you listening, with a pretty significant question, I think.
Hmm.
If external events, even conversations, are acting like mirrors, what parts of your own inner landscape might be casting the reflections you're seeing right now in your life?
That's the inquiry, isn't it? What's the mirror showing you?
Definitely something to consider. Thinking about that clear mirror, still water, that divine, and how these ideas from both Zen and Transurfing might offer, well, new tools for navigating life.
It's about awareness, really, and intention. We encourage you to explore how these concepts feel to you, how they resonate in your own experience.
There's a lot of depth there. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Always a pleasure. Until next time.